Jimmy Kimmel's show is doing despite blackouts in parts of the country.
5 o'clock straight up. It's pouring in parts of Connecticut. Deep River down through Old Lyme on over to New London. I promised you right about 15-20 minutes ago that it would be moving into New London. It certainly has. This is the only batch of rain in the state right now, but it is expected to fill back in for most of the state as we declare a first alert weather day for this Thursday. Your first alert forecast is next.
Now, Channel 3 Eyewitness News starts with a First Alert Weather Day.
All right, good morning. Thanks for joining us here at 5 o'clock on this Thursday. I'm Caitlin Nuclo.
And I'm Tracey McCain. Our big story this morning is happening right now, the weather. So let's get to First Alert meteorologist Scot Haney. It is a First Alert Weather Day.
Look at that radar.
Yeah, it's jamming in parts of southeast Connecticut this morning. While the rest of the state, we're doing just fine, which is good news for the morning commute. But you know what the damage is done? The roads are wet from overnight rain. Be careful. There's some ponding. I know my ride in this morning was a little trepidatious. So we're going to ask you to budget in a little bit of extra travel time. We are tracking the rain for you right now down through Route 9. Through Essex, Old Lyme, Old Saybrook, back over to Clinton, Madison. You guys are getting all wet. New London now in the mix with this moderate to heavy rain just moving into the area there. So if you're joining us from Sandy Point, Niantic, just got a nice email from Jessica. She said it is pouring there. Crescent Beach, we appreciate that. It is raining there. And again, this is just the beginning of a day-long event. Today is a first alert weather day for heavy rain, the potential for some isolated flooding, maybe some poor drainage flooding, maybe some flash flooding if the rain comes down hard enough, and trains. That means the storms move over the same area for a period of time. And there could even be an isolated tornado somewhere in the region today if there's enough instability. So we'll certainly keep you posted. But you can expect heavy rain, the potential for flooding, lightning. You see lightning or hear thunder, go indoors. And again, the potential for damaging wind within any severe thunderstorms that do develop. Your forecast for today, wet, muggy, storms. Sun is up at 6:42, sets at 6:42. Look at that. Even Stevens.
Full 12 hours.
Yep, full 12 hours. And we are going to be talking about an improving forecast coming up. We just got to get through today. 5:02 is now the time. Good morning, Kate.
All right, good morning. Hey, we got a couple of issues out there. In addition to some weather-related problems, obviously roads are wet. Visibility is drastically reduced. We have a couple areas very, very limited of construction. Most of that road work is not taking place once again this morning because of weather. But we've picked up this crash, which is resulting in a closure. This is a very busy area here. Route 140, that's Bridge Street, closed between Hartfield Boulevard and Gardner Street. We're also still dealing with this road closure in Plymouth. This was because of a crash from last night. Route 72 closed between Clark Avenue and Route 6 here this morning. Also a busy stretch. And so again, let's take you out. We got a couple road closures. We've got those wet roads. We've got a lot of fog here hanging tough across the state. Just take your time as you're heading out. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, 5:03, and this morning students and teachers in Waterbury waking up to go back to school after an unexpected day off yesterday.
Yeah, the district called off classes Tuesday because of that massive water main break on Huntington Avenue. It's not back to normal yet.
Yeah, your reporter Marcy Jones live at Crosby High School this morning. Marcy, what do parents and students need to know about today?
Good morning. Well, despite folks in the area having running water again, impacted residents are very much encouraged to boil their water before use. And lots of schools in the district, like the one behind me, are making some major adjustments as well. The impacted area has water back on this morning following a massive water main break on Huntington Avenue Tuesday. However, the cleanup and repairs are far from over. The city is also reminding residents who had their water completely shut off or their supply depleted significantly to boil their water and to run your faucet until water is clear before using it. In the meantime, several impacted schools in the district will have all their food prepared off-site, and bottled water will be readily available. Crews are still flushing the system, and according to the mayor, the city's still waiting on two critical parts for the fix, coming from Florida and New Jersey, adding that the full repair could take a few more days.
We are in the process of replacing piping throughout the city. There is a program that's in place, but there's a lot of pipes that run here, and it's quite expensive to get it done. So we're doing it as a program, and ultimately we hope to get most of it done, but it's taking a little while to get it done.
We're continuing to monitor the situation throughout the morning, and we'll bring you updates as soon as they come in. Your reporter live in Waterbury, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Marcy, thank you. We're on top of developing news right now. Investigators looking into what motivated a deadly shooting at an ICE facility in Texas. One detainee was killed, 2 others seriously hurt. Investigators say the suspected shooter killed themselves as well. The FBI says it recovered ammunition with anti-ICE messaging on it. The White House and Republican lawmakers say the attack was driven by hatred for immigration enforcement. Meanwhile, state Republican leaders from Connecticut say the violence is disgraceful, cowardly, and disgusting, and add that it must stop.
Right now, Jimmy Kimmel's return to air monologue is his most watched on YouTube with more than 23 million views. He also returned with some big TV ratings despite the blackouts in many places, including right here in Connecticut. Nexstar, which owns Channel 8, the ABC affiliate in our state, has not brought back his show over comments about Charlie Kirk's assassination. We asked the governor about it, and he says he wants to see it back on the air.
I think if you're a champion of free speech, you want to make sure government does not get in the way and corporations can't tell us what's appropriate political satire or not. I want WTNH to get them back on the air.
All right, Nexstar is seeking FCC approval for a merger with Tegna, another media company. Today, protesters and free speech advocates are expected to gather outside Channel 8 studios, calling for the return of his show.
This morning, the suspect accused of stabbing a teenager at a house party in Shelton is preparing to go back on trial. Prosecutors have filed some new manslaughter and assault charges against Raul Valley in the 2022 death of Jimmy McGrath. The jury could not reach a verdict on either of those counts. He was acquitted on the most serious charge of murder. Jimmy's father says he will be back in court for his second trial every day to support his son.
The verdict was, there was not justice for Jimmy, and they're dedicated on getting us justice.
Well, Valley is due back in court next month.
Today in New Haven, public health experts will speak out against federal cuts to vaccine research and changes to vaccine recommendations. A CDC vaccine advisory panel declined to recommend COVID-19 vaccines for anyone last week. A number of major medical groups have issued their own guidance and say the mixed messages are hurting the public's trust in the health system.
Today, 3 defendants are set to face a judge in connection with an animal cruelty case in Cheshire. The suspects were arrested back in September after an investigation into complaints about multiple animals living in poor conditions. Police ended up seizing 18 cats and a dog. 5:07 now, still ahead here on Eyewitness News. Security concerns over TikTok could be taking another big step toward being resolved today. Up next, we're laying out the terms of the agreement to keep that app accessible here in the U.S.
And a special celebration today for the Travelers Championship, highlighting what the tournament means off the golf course.
All right, New London, it's raining. Yes, everybody, Brittany in New London, grab your umbrella. You're going to need it as we take a look at First Alert Live Radar, the only live radar in Connecticut, scanning wet this morning in parts of the state, while others are getting a little bit of a reprieve from overnight showers that have moved out. But you'll notice New London, Groton, Long Point, Mystic, all getting soaked. The chance for wet paws is great today. Tomorrow and Saturday, not so great. As we take a look at the temperatures, it's incredibly mild. It's muggy out there. We're down a degree or 3 from where we were yesterday, but look at the dew points. We got a 70-degree dew point in New Haven. That is ridiculous. So it is humid, and it is expected to be stormy today with showers and thunderstorms on and off throughout the day. Be careful out there driving this morning. The roads are wet. All right, I'll be back with your full forecast coming up in just a bit. 5:11. Morning, ladies.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. Today, President Trump is expected to sign a deal that would allow TikTok to stay on phones in the U.S. The China-based parent company will be required to cut ties with TikTok or will have to stop selling other products on U.S. app stores. The app's data and algorithm will be taken over by a California-based software company. Last year, Congress passed a law requiring TikTok be sold over security concerns.
Happening today in Cromwell, the Travelers Championship will celebrate another successful year of supporting a lot of charitable organizations. Tournament organizers will officially announce the total amount that they raised this year. They have previously said it was more than $4 million. The tournament has also raised $60 million in its history.
Right up next, an important story for parents. The number of reported human trafficking cases in the state is on the rise. What you can do to keep your kids safe.
And a busy morning for Wallingford firefighters yesterday as they rushed to put out a garage fire. We're going to tell you who else is being credited for preventing a tragedy there.
And remember, at Vashon, our name means a great deal.
Well, this morning, police in Hartford are collecting more information in connection to a lengthy human trafficking investigation.
3 young girls now home safe after police arrested 7 men, and they say more arrests could be coming. Your reporter Taylor Knight is live in studio with the warning signs of human trafficking that every parent should know.
Experts say there's been a drastic increase in online trafficking, and it may be more common here in Connecticut than parents realize. According to the Department of Homeland Security, traffickers often hide their true intentions by forming a relationship with the victim. Then they use modern technology and social media to exploit that victim. Hartford police say this 6 men, along with one who's not pictured here, were arrested in connection to a human trafficking investigation. That investigation started in May, and Hartford police worked with the Regionalized Human Trafficking Recovery Task Force. The 3 young victims have been safely returned to their families. Nadine Thomas is the executive director of Underground New England, a nonprofit organization in Hartford that provides support to human trafficking victims. She says right now the organization is helping 24 trafficking victims from 20 different communities across Connecticut. Thomas says there are some red flags that parents should be on the lookout for.
Is the child suddenly not as attentive as they used to be? Has their personality and demeanor changed suddenly or over time? Do they answer questions, or especially personal questions, in a guarded manner?
Experts also urge parents to be vigilant about online safety and make sure you know who your children are talking to online. Your reporter in studio, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, this morning, an Amazon driver in Wallingford may have saved the day. Police say he alerted neighbors and first responders to a garage fire early yesterday morning.
The driver was leaving a nearby warehouse about 4 o'clock in the morning and saw the smoke and the flames. Firefighters were able to put the flames out before they spread to nearby homes. 2 garages, multiple vehicles were destroyed here, but no one was hurt.
I love stories like this where heroes kind of come to the rescue.
Yeah, right place at the right time, right?
All right, do you think I can do it?
I think you can do it.
I got all of the towns of my weather watches. Do you think I can name them?
Yes, sure.
Manchester, we've got Eric. Milford, Nancy. Mansfield, Center. No, excuse me, Manchester is Deborah. Let's start this again.
Okay, we're going to try again later.
So close.
Try again later. Oh my God.
I had blind faith in you too. I said yes, I didn't even know what it was.
Give me a break.
You've got like 30, right?
Exactly. First alert live radar, the only live radar in Connecticut scanning wet this morning, and it is going to be a wet day today. This is the only rain in the state right now, which is fortunate for some for the morning commute, unfortunate for some because we need the rain, and we're getting it now where it is most needed along the shoreline. We've got deficits growing there. New London, Groton, Long Point. You've got Old Lyme, Route 9 connecting up with 95. It's all wet this morning, and there's going to be some ponding on the roadways. Exercise caution. Today is a first alert weather day for heavy rain, flooding, storms, some of which could be strong to severe. And within some of those storms, an isolated tornado somewhere in the region could form. That's if enough instability materializes in the atmosphere. We're going to keep a very close eye on that for you through the day today. That's going to have an impact on the both commutes. This morning commute, the roads are wet, and the afternoon commute, and of course the Durham Fair looks a little unsettled for the beginning. It's open 4 to 10 today, but boy, if you're going and if you see lightning, you want to make sure you head indoors. Heavy rain, flooding, lightning, damaging wind, and again, that isolated tornado are all on the table for today. We'll take you into level 1. It is level 1 according to the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma. They are the ones who determine who's expected to get severe weather, and we're in the mix today. As we take a look at First Alert Futurecast, tomorrow's weather today, you notice we're jamming with color. 11 a.m., we're jamming with color. Then we get a little bit of a lull, but here comes the front. This is the cold front with enough instability in the air. Now, this particular model run has it going to the north and east. We got to give us a little leeway. You got to, give us a little leeway, because in western Connecticut, that's where we run the greatest risk for some of these showers and thunderstorms. And then after midnight tonight, we start to dry things out, and we'll clear things out during the day tomorrow. Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday all look good. Your forecast highs today, climbing to the low 70s. Your 7 days ahead, 81 tomorrow. Hello, summer. 80 on Saturday after a kind of a raucous day of weather today. We do need the rain. We just don't need the severe weather. Let's hope it doesn't materialize. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all looking good. The breeze is compliments of Umberto, which is down way out in the open waters of the Atlantic. And now we're also tracking Imelda, which is near Puerto Rico. So we've got a couple of tropical storms out there we're going to be talking about in the coming days. Your first alert forecast in just 10 minutes is coming back. In the meantime, Kate, good morning.
All right, good morning to you. So 5:20 here on your Thursday. Unfortunately, the morning commute, the afternoon and evening commute going to be very tricky. Make sure that you are budgeting in extra travel time. Also, I want you to budget in travel time to get around a couple of issues that we're dealing with right now. First alert here in East Windsor, Route 140, that's Bridge Street, closed between Hartfield Boulevard and Gardner Street here this morning. Overnight, we are still dealing with this road closure in Plymouth due to a crash from yesterday. Route 72 closed between Clark Avenue and Route 6. So again, that's still closed here this morning. We've got some reduced visibility. We've got some very wet roads out there, especially depending on where you're traveling. You can see along Route 9 here a lot of spray coming up from vehicles. It's going to make it very difficult for you to see. Give yourself a lot of following distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Up next here, the Durham Fair set to go for now as we keep a close eye here on the chance for storms this afternoon. What you can expect, though, when the gates open.
We'll take a live look through our iCam in New Haven this morning. You can see those wet roads. We'll have another check of your First Alert weather and traffic on this First Alert Weather Day when we come back.
I'm Torrington School Resource Officer Michael Gallagher. Slow down in school zones. Let's get back to school safely.
This 3 Cares message is brought to you by the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association, policeapp.com, and Speed Enforcer, powered by DAC.
Leisure in store or online at superiораthome.com.
All right, welcome back. It's 5:24 now. Today is opening day at the Durham Fair.
Yeah, fun times. Gates open at 4 o'clock this afternoon, although we're all keeping a close eye on the skies to see if rain will force any last-minute changes. If you can't go today, the fair continues through Sunday.
The event features educational activities for folks of all ages, a lot of food, of course, and live music. This year, the rock band Styx is headlining. They're performing on Saturday night.
Hey, get this, Kate. This year's fair is already one for the record books. 2 pumpkins broke the previous record for the fair's largest, including a pumpkin from New York that weighed more than 2,000 pounds. A Volkswagen, exactly. The pumpkin drop takes place Friday evening. They say great things come from New York, Scott.
You know, I'm saying that's where I hail from. 5:25. Hi, everybody. Muggy rain and storms during the day today. It's not going to be the best day. The potential for severe weather does exist. Tomorrow, less humid, warmer tomorrow. We're talking 81-degree warmth. And then the weekend, pleasant and warm. Sunday is going to feature more clouds than sun, but it's going to be a dry weekend from beginning to end, which is some good news. Here are the forecast highs today between 70 and 75, and your 7-day forecast. Improving weather. We just got to get through today with that potential for severe weather. Kate, good morning.
All right, good morning. It's 5:26. Hey, heading out the door, a couple of issues I want to turn your attention to. We got a road closure because of a crash in East Windsor. That's along Bridge Street. That area blocked off. Still dealing with the road closure here in Plymouth as well along Route 72, right by the Route 6 connector here this morning. So very busy areas that we're dealing with road closures. We're also dealing with wet roads basically across the whole state. Reduced visibility as well. We're going to have much more on that coming up here at 5:30. That's a quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Up next at 5:30, some parents pushing back against Connecticut's efforts to create its own public health guidelines. How state leaders are responding to those concerns.
And calls to end the war in Gaza continue to grow. A closer look here at the latest peace plan from the U.S.
We'll take a live look through our iCam at Bradley International Airport and Windsor Locks. We'll have more of your First Alert weather and traffic, plus your local headlines coming up at 5:30.